Charlie Moffett was someone that I met when I came to Middlebury in 1985. He's a graduate of the college from 1967. I knew he was a prominent figure in the art world, so I got to know him over the years in his capacity as a curator and then director of the Phillips Collection in Washington. And then later, for 16 years, he was head of modern and contemporary at Sotheby's in New York. In the last phase of Charlie's life, I was visiting with him in New York and we were talking about the collection and what was going to come to the college. I began to think that there must be a way for us to continue that narrative after Charlie's death and to have students experience the kind of intense love for objects that was obvious in his relationship with them. So I asked him, what would you think about a memorial exhibition? And he was a bit taken aback, but I think he really enjoyed the concept of it. So with that permission, I guess, from Charlie to proceed, I came back to the college and met with Carrie Anderson and asked would she be able to teach a J-term course with the focal point being the bequests from Charlie. And she was very excited about that possibility. And what I had said was then, as a result of your teaching the course and the participation of all of our students, we would then organize an exhibition around that.
I knew that Charlie Moffett was a scholar of Impressionist art, of French Impressionist art, and I knew we had a number of 19th century French drawings, but the collection extended well beyond that. Autobiographical studies, landscape studies, sculpture, photography. I mean, it just seemed to be, he collected what he loved, not what he thought he should collect. And so that was something that was really inspiring for all of us. So we spent the first week going into the Simon study room and just looking at all of these amazing objects that he gave. From then, students had to select 3 or 4 objects that were going to be the objects that they focused on for the remainder of the 4 weeks of winter term. They did research on those objects and from there started to develop exhibition themes in small groups, which they pitched to the class. We settled on the theme, A Story of Art, which for us drew on a lot of the themes that were present in the objects we were seeing. So the idea that an exhibition could be arranged with a prologue, a narrative section, and then an epilogue tells the story of artistic development, while at the same time speaking to Charlie Moffett's love of literature.
Working with this exhibition was probably one of the most enriching classes that I've had, just because it's always interesting to me to see how what I learned in a classroom can really apply to what I do every day.
Because it was a private collection, all of the pieces you could tell that Charlie Moffett had some sort of connection to or some sort of personal regard for, and I think you could really feel the passion that he felt for his work in his collection, and it definitely made you want to make sure that you're doing something with your life that you're equally as passionate about.
This experience tells a story of why Middlebury College has an art museum. What we have is a gift which has originated with a Middlebury alumnus and provided the raw information for an exhibition, the experience of putting that together in a classroom setting. That's the educational experience. I'm drawn actually to a comment that the ceramicist and writer Edmund Duval, whose work is included in the show and who was a great friend of Charlie and Lucinda's, he said, "I would just love to have Charlie walk through this exhibition." And I'd say the same thing. I'd say, Charlie, see, this is what results from your love, your experience at Middlebury as a student, your career as a prominent and professional in the field, and your thoughtfulness in making works of art available to future generations of Middlebury College students.